Hello, everyone. Welcome. I think I said exactly that in like the last episode. Anyway, welcome to episode number 75. I'm here with Dan because Parker's ripped.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
It seems like I mean I don't want to accuse my own self of anything, but he seems to be dead a lot when I'm
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. I didn't want to call that out because I need to be nice to guests, but you kind of
I'm starting to think maybe I'm Parker.
Maybe a little bit. But anyway, we gotta do the housekeeping stuff because if we don't do that, then how can podcasts live if you don't do housekeeping? You know what I mean?
They just don't. They just
don't like being in houses that aren't kept. But anyway, you can support this show by becoming a member on youtube.com/fanatixfour and clicking the join button on the videos, next to the subscribe and like button that you should click here. You should click it. It's a great time. It's free. Not being a member, that's $4.99 a month. You get loyalty badges, you get gaming time with us, you get emotes, you get free Switch games from time to time. It's fun and access to our loyal subscriber-only Discord. Aside from that, Twitch fixed their stupid crap, so now I'm an affiliate, and you can subscribe there with your Twitch Prime, linking your Amazon to your Twitch account and get a free subscription. I'm going to start streaming. I mostly need to figure out the stupid audio situation that I got going on.
I mean, are you gonna start streaming?
Yeah, I'm going to stream. I'm going to stream like Smash Brothers and stuff. I can stream by myself and it's fine. It's just streaming with other people that's an issue.
Okay, fair. Which, I mean, plug for our own stuff. Like, we've been playing Minecraft with Bob and MDB. That's been a hell of a good time.
It's been a time. I realize that sounds like I'm like, no, it's not fun. It just happens. But no, that's not what I meant.
Yeah. It's a good time. It's mostly AJ threatening to kill all of our sheep. It's
no,
fun.
just all sheep.
Just all sheep. If you see a sheep, kill it.
Everyone. But yeah, I mean I want to start streaming that, like the gameplay, but the last one specifically was an issue because apparently there was like something going on my internet. So my Xbox was like, nah, you can't stream that.
That's right. Yeah.
But before that, I didn't even try doing it like straight through the Xbox. So I'm dealing with the problems that I already have with the Discord and stuff like that. So I'm just doing gameplay. And then since we do the multi-stream anyway, and people click which audio they want to listen to, they can just go to one of you guys and we're fine.
It's easy.
Yeah, it's just seeing the perspective. But anyways, yeah, you can do that Twitch stuff. Also, Dan's here, and Dan has channels there. You can go to, if it's a channel like Twitch or YouTube, it's that Cybert channel. If it's not a channel like Twitter, it's that Cybert guy.
Yeah, I should really think about maybe just shifting it all to one thing.
Just do one.
Yeah, well, I've played around with the idea of switching everything to that Cybert guy instead of that Cybert channel because that's just a lot of letters.
Yeah, true. That's true.
Yeah.
These are facts.
These are facts.
Speaking of facts, though, well, actually, yeah, these are facts. What have you been playing, Dan? You been playing any video games?
Okay. I've been playing. I've been hopping between Overwatch. Like over the last couple months, I've been getting way into the competitive.
I seriously questioned myself, like, what even is that? I like didn't realize what the game was, and then I remembered. I was like, oh yeah, it's that game that you haven't played in like 3 years.
Yeah.
Put it on Switch.
Last night, put it on Switch. Last night, I finished Persona 5.
Okay. I thought you were going to go in Overwatch
hours.
more. You just completely shifted.
No, that was really about it. I played some Overwatch. I do a lot of competitive stuff with friends, but really it's the 100 hours that I spent on Persona that's really the highlight on this one.
How do you spend 100
that was a
hours
fun game.
On anything that's not editing.
It's based off of that time, it's taken me like 3 months to get through.
Gotcha.
It's been a long, steady stream, but I gotta say, it's a real good game. It's real good. I did not expect to get into it as I did, and I'm debating whether I'm gonna do a video on this or not. I might, but there's definitely like it's almost like a time capsule for like the particular like society that we live in right now.
Oh man,
in a
I
weird
didn't
way.
know it was getting that deep.
Look, I don't want to get too far into it because we want to talk about like Nintendo and fun stuff, but like there's a lot of like.
Hey, I mean, Persona's Nintendo, kind of
depth.
Jokers and Smash.
Jokers and Smash.
They got Persona 5, the Scramble or whatever.
After playing the actual main game, I don't have a whole lot of interest in it.
How dare you not have interest in Persona 5, the Scramble?
The Scramble.
I don't even know when that comes out. Is it even coming out in America?
They announced it once. They said it once, and they've said nothing about it since. They've been focused on
Royal?
doing Persona 5 Royal.
Yeah.
Which, can't wait to sink another 100 hours.
I don't think I'll ever play that game, but who knows? You know?
You never know. It's a good game.
It would require me to plug in my PlayStation, and as I say that, I'm looking at my PlayStation. It's directly in front of me, unplugged.
Yeah.
Because I don't play it.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
But yeah. So is that you're playing Persona and Overwatch?
I mean,
you're not playing Fire Emblem at all?
I didn't get Fire Emblem.
How dare you?
Yeah, I know.
I didn't get Fire Emblem either. I'm playing Parker's, which I regret.
I might switch. I might because I have one more voucher.
I missed the vouchers. I didn't. Everybody's not allowed to talk about vouchers anymore because they don't exist because I didn't get one. You know.
Okay, well then I'm mystically getting another free game, and it might be Fire Emblem.
I need to do that. I mean, see, the thing is, like, with Fire Emblem, I told Parker, I was like, man, I regret like doing the whole thing, like the game sharing thing, because like there's times where he's like online for whatever reason, or somebody's using his Switch and they're not aware that he needs to just be offline, so I can play Fire Emblem. It's like I want to buy it, but like at the same time, like I don't know if I'm gonna play it after I beat the first story. So it's like my whole plan was I want to get through the first like route or house that I'm in or that I went with, and then buy it and do another playthrough like the other houses and stuff like that. But who's to say if I'm actually going to do that, you know?
I bet you just finish it and then that's
it.
it.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
That might be it.
So it's like I really do not want to do that and like buy this game, and then it's like, you know, like since it'll be on my account now, it'll just be like played for a little bit for forever. And it's like you spent $60 on this game and you didn't even touch it.
Yep. I wanted to make sure I finished Persona 5 before I even thought about getting Fire Emblem, because I knew that I wasn't going to touch any other game until I finished this damn thing.
And that's where we get into Smash Brothers, because still playing that actively.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get good with Squirtle. It's a battle.
It's a struggle.
It's a battle because like it's so easy for me to just be like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna go to Ivysaur or Charizard, because like those are the ones that I'm used to. So it's like it's always like this comfort pick, you know, where it's like, oh no,
right. Well, I mean,
what were you saying?
What's the benefit of learning Squirtle if you have those other?
Because like if he's optimized, he's ridiculous. There's this top player Tweak. He's like number 2 in the world, and his favorite Pokemon is Squirtle, and that's because he's really good. So like he'll just combo you, give you 80% real quick, and then jab block you, and you're dead. You know, but I'm not that good with Squirtle. I can't jab block. I keep trying to get the jab block combo, and it's like so annoying because like how you know like some character or I think most characters, if you hold the jab button, they do like this rapid jab thing, and they just jab again.
Yeah.
Squirtle, he can only jab block with his first jab. So you have to, the combo is like you forward tilt, and that tumbles them over, and then you can run up, jab them once, and then if they don't have high enough percent, you jab them again, and then you forward smash, and they're dead. But every time I do that combo, I do the second or third jab, and the combo just drops because you can't hit them if you hit them with the second jab. So it's like,
gotcha.
It's annoying. And I explained this on the podcast before, but it's annoying. And I'm getting there, you know, I'm getting better with Ivysaur. That's a play, and Charizard. But like the goal is to be good with all three.
I like just from this conversation alone, it's very much seeming like we both have our competitive game, and then we both have our side story based game right now.
Exactly.
Like I've been really focusing on getting better with my support on Overwatch, but then Persona, and then for you, it's trying to get better at Squirtle.
And then,
but then Fire Emblem.
And I'm almost done with Fire Emblem. I'm like, I don't know for sure because I don't know how many chapters there are in the game. But I'm like, it's feeling real final chaptery. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I said about Persona, though. And then there was 2 more dungeons afterwards.
That would be nuts because like I don't want to like talk about why, but like it's feeling like this is like the last chapter of the chapter.
Okay.
It's feeling real final chaptery. Is all I'm going to say. So I'm almost done with that, and then I'll just be able to dump more time. And it's like the biggest thing for me is like trying to figure out a good way to practice Smash Brothers, because right now I'm just playing online, and that's not good practice, and especially since it's like random people, so it's like playing against their bad habits, and it doesn't really allow you to like practice in the way that I'm trying to like just be able to be good just generally. So it's like when I'm able to just go into autopilot and be like, all this dude's doing is forward tilt, so I can punish that. You know, it doesn't really require me to like mix stuff up and do all this stuff. So I just need to find a good practice buddy. You know?
Yeah, that ain't me.
I know it's not you, because like you would just get wrecked at this point.
I know, like, part of me is afraid to even pick up Smash and play with you because I just know it's not going to be fun for either of us. I'm not going to be able to do anything.
Smash is always fun.
You're going to be doing too much.
It's always fun. See, I just like to bring to everyone's attention, prior to Smash Bros. Release, we had this conversation. I think it was on this very podcast, this very show. And I'm like, I'm telling you, man, like, I'm better than you at Smash 4 right now, and that's me not playing it. Just imagine when Smash Ultimate comes out, you're like, yeah, right, blah, blah, I'm good as Smash. And look at where we are now, you know?
Yep.
News!
Yep. News, let's do it.
So Parker does this, you know, like he gets all the news stories and stuff like that, so we're just going to learn together what's in here, you know? The first news story is Indie World at Gamescom. Nintendo's doing a presentation situation thing that everybody's just going to call a direct, but apparently they changed the name of this thing 50 times. But it's a 20-minute presentation, roughly 20 minutes, says Nintendo, of them going through indie games that are coming to Nintendo Switch. And it's taking place on August 19th, which is a day after I got to go to Nintendo. So we'll see if that means anything.
You have to go to Nintendo?
Yeah, I'm going to Nintendo NY for a thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's neat.
Yeah.
I wish I could go.
I mean, you got to, like, hit up Nintendo and say, like, yo.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yes.
It's a whole nother conversation that this doesn't need to be on this podcast. Let's talk about Indie World.
Okay, so yeah, Indie World. We still have some updates that we need on some indie games that we know about. Like, the first thing that comes to mind for me is Shovel Knight King of Cards. Like, what's up with that, man?
It was supposed to be out late last year, and then early this year, and then it got pushed again. It's just like in this nebulous void of like, what is this even?
Yeah. And the same thing is like Super Meat Boy Forever, where they were like, it's coming out in, April? And then they're like, nope, it's not coming out in April anymore, and we don't want to be contributing to the crunch conversation, so it'll come out when it comes out. So it's like another game that we're just like, all right, like, we know this exists, but does it really?
Yeah, I mean, those are the two that stand out to me. I'd also like to know... I'm trying to remember Yacht Club's other game.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
The other ninja game.
We played at PAX. Yeah, it was a ninja situation. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's called though. So we're just going to say.
I don't remember if they gave a date either.
I don't think they
when they
did.
first announced it. I don't think so. So I'd love to hear more about that one, especially after finishing The Messenger and wanting more of that style of gameplay. Oh, you gotta play that one.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you ain't gotta do that. But like as far as anything else, I just have no idea.
Yeah, I have no clue. Do you usually like look forward to these like indie showcases? Because like you like a lot of indie games. Like I know you really like The Messenger, and you really liked what is that game called? The game we both played, the one with the weird twists and stuff. And
Katana Zero.
Katana Zero. You like that game?
Yeah,
that game's cool.
I really like indie games. They're very much, for me though, as far as like these sort of like conferences or like these directs specifically dealing with indies, I go in basically at a level of no expectations at all.
Yeah.
Just because it's indies for me, when indies that grab me are so hit or miss. It's like if it doesn't have a very unique style or shows a very, very unique gameplay element to it, it doesn't grab me right away.
Right.
And that's always kind of the tricky part when you have these sort of indie reveals and that sort of stuff from new studios or whatever. It's like they basically have one chance to grab me, and if they don't grab me then, they better hope that Twitter does the job later.
Yeah, because even when I'm watching these things, right, like there's games like Celeste, right? When I will watch it in Nintendo Directs, I'm like, yeah, get to the real game. And then it comes out and I'm like, yo, this is dope, you know?
Yeah.
But in Directs, they just don't show well. It just feels like filler in the Direct. But when it comes out, it's like, yo, this game is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot of effort, or not effort. There's just, to make a good indie trailer in these sort of things, is you have to show a sort of passion or a sort of aesthetic that stands out between all of these big games. And sometimes like game developers are very good at doing that in a game, but they're not video editors.
True. That's a good point.
So,
you should do that. That's a video idea for you. It's like making a certain game trailer look better, you know? Like this is a better trailer than the one that you did, and like you do you know what? We'll talk about this after the podcast.
Yeah, let's talk about this after the podcast. This is actually a real good idea. Because I haven't, I really, and I think I'm going to do it. I think I got one video. I have one video I'm working on right now, and then I have a second one I do after that. But there's another one I want to do based off of presentations. But later. Future Dan will take care of that. Not my problem.
Later. Speaking of later, we got some stuff that's pointing to other stuff that we might get later. SNES controller patent filed with the N of the FCC. Not the one that doesn't like us if we don't say #free product. The other one.
The other one.
So yeah, everybody's
the one that doesn't like it when you say the bad.
Yeah, those ones. We're allowed to though on the internet. It's Wild Wild West, except for YouTube. You know what? I take it back. They don't like when we say those.
Yeah, no, we're a civilized society.
Yeah,
now
they're turning us into TV little by little, you know. But anyway,
comedy's dead.
Speaking of TVs, you can put your Switch on a TV and play SNES games with this controller. It's gonna look real dumb on the It's gonna look real bad because like the NES controller looks dumb, and that's like much closer to what a Joy-Con looks like, you know? Yeah, but, like the shape of the SNES, like the whole like kind of dog bone situation. It's just like
it's not gonna look good on that thing.
It's gonna look real stupid. But I might hit them up and say, "Hey, send them to me," and then I'll give them the bob for a video. You know?
Yeah,
and I'll just be in the video, so that'll be fine.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, obviously the controllers are gonna look awkward as hell. I would really hope that they would just release like a specific charger for them.
Yeah, instead of being like, put it on your Switch.
Yeah, because but at the same time, it's a talking point, right?
Yeah.
If you see some dude with two SNES controllers, you're going to talk about it. God, It's like half smart, half like don't do that.
Can you like? Because I don't have the NES ones. Can you like play handheld mode with those?
No,
I was about to say
because they're at the wrong angle, right?
I just mean like on a technical level, can you? Like, will the game let you? If I turn on Smash Brothers, go to Elite Smash, can I make a YouTube video like beating Elite Smash players with the
I don't think so. I don't have.
Somebody let me know in the comments if I can do that, because I'm making a video if I can do that.
Yeah.
With the SNES ones, because I already missed the boat on NES, I think.
Yeah.
But anyway, the more important thing is the implication that we're going to get SNES games with this. And we had a little conversation, or I did, on Twitter about this.
I was gonna say this is the perfect time to bring it up, because I love a good Izzy AJ fight on Twitter.
Same. And it's funny because it's like people, including Izzy, sometimes I think he thinks I take it more seriously than I do. But I'm just like, oh man, time to poke the bear, because I know Izzy's gonna say some real dumb stuff, and I want to talk about it.
It's so good. I woke up this morning, I went on Twitter, and I saw you two going at it. I'm like, oh, this is why I wake up in the morning.
This makes all of it worth it,
And I watched a little bit of his video, and he makes a decent point.
I
guess I gotta. I mean, okay. So one, if you haven't, do we pitch it?
Go to youtube.com/ Izzy Nobry Show or something like that. I'll put it in the description if somebody reminds me.
In the description. Yeah. But as the point he makes is like he wanted to play NES Online,
yep.
But because he didn't log into the service specifically, he couldn't do it because he was offline. Which I agree to the sentiment is like, if you have a year, it should be in your Switch and it should know. Not the point.
Yeah.
But his whole thing is that he's gonna get rid of Nintendo Online because he thinks it's garbage and he doesn't think that Super Nintendo games are enough to save the platform.
All right.
And like that's basically the point he's trying to make. It's a very rage-filled video.
I figured. The thing is, like, for the same reason that many people, like, for instance, Xbox and PlayStation, right? As we established, I don't even have my PlayStation plugged in, and I only have my Xbox plugged in because of the Minecraft streams, right?
Yeah.
Yet,
right. Yeah.
I still pay $60 a year for both of those platforms just to play online. And that is what the major thing for these, like how they pitch it and how they've pitched it when they first came out. And they were still back then $50 a year, right? So it's just weird to me for people to like be so up in arms about like them not giving you the world for $20 a year, i.e. what, 5 cents a month or something, or a day or something like that. Like I don't know. I just think it's real weird to be splitting hairs about that situation.
I think it's. I mean, I think we can both agree that the build up to Nintendo Online before it was actually released was very confusing and very
100%.
And so I think during that period of time, there's a set of people that viewed it as, this is the thing I gotta pay to play Splatoon online, to play Smash online, whatever. I get it. The NES stuff is a bonus. And then there's a sect of people that see like, so I'm paying $6 to get NES games that I've already bought like 5 times over the Wii and Wii U life cycle. Why should I pay this again? And they're two different users. Like you and me, we play this stuff online all the time, also, like Super Mario Maker, Smash Bros. Product provided by Nintendo.
Which that was the one time that I got something for free and I like kind of didn't want it, because like I keep telling people like this is not it, like, and especially after like all the Twitch stuff, like you could get it basically, like you could get it for free. So it's like they're basically giving this away.
There's so many options to get it without paying.
They are giving this away. It's just crazy to complain about for a $20 a year. I've spent $20 on lunch that I didn't like very much. You know?
Yeah, I've spent $20 on Chinese food that I went. Meh.
Yeah. So it's like, it just I don't know. It trips me out.
It's just I think it's two different groups of people. One that thinks it's stupid because they don't play online. They don't want the NES online. They don't think it's worth it, and they'll drop off, and that's fine.
Right.
People that want to play online, that want to play Smash online, they're gonna keep paying for it because that's what you gotta do.
Yeah. And I don't know. I just don't have this like entitlement, let's say, for what I think a company should do with their property. You know, like we have a transactional relationship. It's you pitch this thing to me and say, hey, you want this? And I say, yeah, sure. And I pay for it, or I say no, and I don't. You know, like nobody's holding you at gunpoint and saying you better get Switch Online, or ooh. You know, so it's like it's just weird to like be like enraged by something that nobody is making you buy. Like you don't have to buy it, you know?
Yeah, for me, I think it's just one. I kind of wish that once you pay for a year of NES Online, if you're offline, you just don't get the updates and you should still be able to play those games. That would be nice. Yeah. Is it going to happen? No.
Because, I mean, it doesn't
happen.
happen on other platforms with games that have DRM either.
Yeah.
And it's not like, it's not even, like, you know, like a part of the last time we had this whole debate with Izzy about the Switch Online situation, it turned into like this, like, oh, but what about people that have bad internet and like that whole thing? It's not using that much internet. It's not streaming the game.
No.
It's just taking kilobits and saying, yo, do you own this? Okay. And then it goes away.
Yeah. So, I mean, and as we approach this and they say SNES is coming to the Switch, which I really hope it does. Yeah. I would love that. As we approach this closer, this is going to be the conversation we're having now, and the conversation we had a year ago is going to be happening again. This time focused around the Super Nintendo games, because like there's going to be a group of people that are going to be like, yeah, it's an added bonus. There's a group of people saying Super Nintendo's not going to save the service for me.
Yeah, and those people don't have to pay for it.
Yeah, and at that point in time, it's like if you don't play Switch Online, then dump the service.
Yeah, it's like, and I think it's just weird to me, specifically for Izzy. It's weird to me because like he doesn't play these games, at least because we're friends on Switch, and at least when I see him playing a game, it's not something that requires Switch Online. So it's like it's just like, yeah, don't pay for it, man. Like it's not for you.
Yeah. Matter of fact, it's going to be interesting as we approach the deadline for a lot of the users that bought it, how many drop off and how many resubscribe for another year.
Yeah. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like for people that want improvements and they're like, man, blah, blah, like, please, I am begging you, do not pay for it. Don't pay for it. Because I want Nintendo to have to say to their investors, yo, we had X amount of subscribers last year. We lost half of them. I don't know. And then the investors are going to be pissed. And then guess what? Nintendo's going to have to make changes. That's how you make change. Not making angry YouTube videos saying, I'm owed this thing because I want it. You know? Like
Oh boy, Izzy, if you're listening.
If you're not,
direct all your hate at AJ.
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like, and I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, a lot of times when I see Izzy talking about stuff that pertains to retro games, it's usually like his reasoning is like, I should be able to have this thing in the context that I want this thing because I want it. Like, piracy is okay because they won't let me play this very specific game on my Nintendo Switch.
I honestly, this whole conversation just boils down to there could be a better way of doing this, and the way that we're going to get that is that if a large amount of people that are unsatisfied with the service
don't pay
drops
for it.
out.
Exactly.
And exactly.
So please don't pay for it.
So we need people like Izzy to dump the service and hurt Nintendo's wallet to pick it up. And I'm saying this as a Nintendo ambassador,
Same.
but also as someone that understands the economy.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And as Nintendo ambassadors, we're supposed to be honest about our opinions on things. And I know that, like, the whole, like, meme is supposed to be like, oh, Nintendo fanboy. But I feel like I criticize Nintendo a whole lot. I'm just not, like, indignant about it, you know? Like, I'm not sitting there and acting like they owe me this improvement. I'm like, hey, you're not doing this great. Maybe you should do it better.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm saying, man.
That's all. That's all.
So, SNES games, which ones do you want?
Look, the only... I really just want the classics, the Super Mario World. I would love Star Fox.
Yeah.
Link to the Past.
Yeah. Earthbound, you put that on there.
Earthbound. I wish
Kirby
I wish
Superstar.
I didn't have to pay for Mega Man X.
Mega Man X.
But
I don't know if they're going to put that on there.
No, they're not, because
they want you to
Capcom's
get the collection.
Yeah, exactly. I would have wished that it would have held out for this, but whatever. There was no way they would have done that, but yeah. I guess really the one thing I'd like is a few more like RPGs that I may have missed because I wasn't really into that genre.
They need to put Super Mario RPG on there because I never played that. And I always get confused with that game. Like, that's like one of those games that I always thought was an N64 game because it just came out around that time.
Right.
And I just didn't care to play it. So in my mind, it just always was an N64 game.
Yeah, I realize now that I was playing that on my Twitch streams, and I just stopped playing when I was so close to the end.
Rip, dude.
Huh.
Rip. Maybe you need to play it.
Fix that.
You need to play it next time instead of Breath of the Wild for the 30th time.
Yeah, but Breath of the Wild, I was having a lot of fun.
I feel like that's just a thing. It's like getting random urges to play Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
because like
it really is.
It happens to be a lot, and I start a new game, and I beat the first Divine Beast, and I'm like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, really, I need a mode that just kind of skips the Great Plateau and just puts me right when you get to start exploring.
You know what I need? Breath of the Wild 2. That's what I need.
That's
give me that, and then I'll play that instead. So yeah, SNES games they exist, and they're coming, and we're gonna play them. Will we have to pay more for them? Who knows?
No, I'm saying no.
I want the angry YouTube video, so make us pay $5 more, please. Thank you. The next news thing is there's a bunch of new Pokemon Sword and Shield stuff. And we learned about this because the Pokemon World Championships are happening right now, and they do announcements and whatnot. Something that's weird about the Pokemon World Championships is they had a Pokemon Go competition, and that's strange. Like, what?
They
had a Pokemon Go Invitational.
Like, what? So you just rapidly tap your phone screen?
I guess. I didn't watch it. Does that sound like something I want to watch? Pokemon Go competition? No.
I don't know. I will say, though, if it were a Pokemon Go speedwalking competition, maybe.
Yeah, if they told them specifically where a Pokemon is and it's like a scavenger hunt, that'd be dope.
Either or they have they just have a lap, and you have a set number of Pokeballs. You have to complete it, and the person with the most Pokemon at the end of the speed walk wins.
So like an IRL Safari Zone situation.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, do that. Maybe we should. Maybe we should email Nintendo and be like, "Yo, let's do this."
We'll start the official national Pokemon Go speed walk competition.
The national Pokemon Go Safari Zone situation, that's the name.
All we need is Niantic to put in Pokemon on
what
a
did
certain
you just call
route.
It?
I don't know.
It's Niantic.
No, I pick what I said.
Niantic?
Niantic.
Rip, dude. They're going down with the ship. I think
they hit an iceberg, and it was called good game design.
It was called the Safari Zone situation or whatever. But yeah, we got a whole bunch of announcements for Pokemon. I don't like how My Nintendo everything or whatever has this formatted. So I'm not going to their site because it's all faded and whatnot. But we're going to look at it on a different site. They announced a bunch of stuff. We got news about online and how that works. They got different modes and whatnot. You go in the battle stadium. It's called Pokemon trainers can engage in ranked battles where they will face other trainers and their battle teams from across the globe. Trainers will battle those with a similar rank and will earn points depending on the results of those battles. So GSP, basically. Again, GSP. Each rank in ranked battles belongs to a specific tier, and trainers can increase their rank by earning enough points. So I'm going to be S rank, and ain't nobody can tell me no different. You know what I mean?
If anyone could hit S rank, it might be you.
How dare you say might? Trainers can check their own ranking in the battle stadium. They can also see how all of the participants placed in a competition on the smartphone version of Pokemon Home. Oh, snap. They're talking about Pokemon Home functionality?
What?
That's crazy. And casual battles, which is the mode that Dan will play, it's not about who wins or loses. It's about becoming a better trainer. You hear that, Dan? One exciting aspect of casual battles is the ability to use certain legendary Pokemon and mythical Pokemon that are not eligible for ranked battles. Thank Arceus. You know what I mean? Features like online competitions and rental teams will also allow players to connect with other trainers in different ways. They should do, and I think Parker tweeted about this, Rip Parker, they should just let you do that locally. The rental team, so it's Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Let me do it. Trainers who participate in online competitions can battle in other official competitions or friendly competitions. So they're going to have like Smash Brothers, kind of.
Yeah.
How they do the online. But hopefully, because Pokemon Company and Game Freak understands their competitive scene better than Nintendo does with Smash Brothers. Hopefully they don't have stupid rules for these official tournaments. You know what I mean?
They will.
Rental teams.
You said hope, and I'm like,
they 100%. They're going to have that. Rental teams enable trainers to borrow battle teams by inputting IDs available online, or to make battle teams that they've put together available as rental teams to other trainers all over the world. Up to 5 teams could be rented at once, and they can even be used in ranked battles. So if you're too whack to train your own team, just steal Ash Ketchum's. You know?
You don't want Ash's team.
Hey, you don't know. It's not the Pokemon's fault. Ash is just whack. Well, maybe it's the Pokemon's fault. You know, he goes to the Pokemon League with like stage 1 Pokemon and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that slams B when he sees it evolving.
Yeah, 100%. He invented that. No, he just gives them all Everstones.
Yeah.
He talks about Dynamax stuff. I talked about this in the video. You don't need to know all that. Go to youtube.com/fanatixfour. You know what? I talked about all that. New abilities. Wheezing. Galarian Wheezing has neutralizing gas. Some of the, like, as far as the competitive situation goes, some of this new stuff that they got, that's some stuff, you know. Like this ability, it neutralizes everybody's effects on the stage. Which
that's pretty
there's
intense.
abilities that do that, but I'm pretty sure there's no ability that does that for every Pokemon that's out.
Yeah.
Like, so this basically works like Intimidate, which lowers all Pokemon's attack, but like it suppresses everybody's ability. And then Corviknight, he has Mirror Armor, which bounces back abilities. I mean, like Pokemon stat changes and whatnot.
Yeah, the ones
like
that
attacks and abilities.
Yeah,
that's crazy that it bounces back abilities. And
that's a little intense, right? It seems a little intense.
Then they have an item that's called Room Service that will lower a Pokemon's speed. And this is like the held items, that's where we get into like, this is nuts. Like, this is crazy. It lowers Pokemon's speed during Trick Room. What Trick Room does is it basically swaps your speed with your opponent. So like if you're faster than your opponent is and they use Trick Room, your opponent will be faster than you while that's active. So this will specifically say, oh, they use Trick Room. All right, let me lower my speed.
Oh, okay. Because I read that and I went like, I don't know what this means.
And then they have the eject pack, which is stupid and I hate it. So, so if any stats are lowered, it automatically switches your Pokemon out. So like that's really good because like if you use a move like freaking close combat, which lowers your defense and special defense, but it's like really good. It's like a really strong attack. It'll use that attack and then just swap them out, which will undo that change.
Okay, look. I love this item only in the fact that it better have the best retreat animation I've ever seen.
I think we saw it.
If
the
that
animation's on their Twitter. If you want to go to their Twitter, twitter.com/Nintendo, I think they tweeted it.
Is it Nintendo or is it on the Pokemon
it's Nintendo
official?
America. Things that they probably both tweeted it, but I saw it on Nintendo's.
Yeah, because that could be absolutely hilarious to just see. It's not showing up. I'll look it up later.
Also, they did some Pokemon TCG stuff, but Pokemon TCG, you know? I never played Pokemon TCG in my life. I had a lot of Pokemon cards. You think I used them to play the game? No. Are you crazy?
Alyssa's got a ton of Pokemon cards.
Same. But I never played it. You play Pokemon cards? Let me know in the comments.
Yeah. Just as a side note, I saw this the other day, like, a full set of the original Gen 1 Pokemon cards sold for like $100,000.
Oof. What if like most of that is Charizard?
Probably. Well, I'm just thinking like I'm pretty sure we might have that in our closet.
Yeah, but like is it like pristine and like, you know, like the first run?
Yeah,
like...
I mean that's the thing is you need an appraiser to look over it and be like, yeah, these are all.
Because like that's the thing that like
good.
Articles will put like these Pokemon cards that you probably have just sold for a lot of money, and then it's like when you go to like an appraiser like, hey, what's up with these? And they're like, nah, man, you got the whack versions. That's exactly what they say. I know because I went there.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Dan? Does this make you any more likely to play Pokemon more competitively?
I'm not gonna play competitive.
How dare you?
I just know myself. It's gonna stress me out because I'm gonna feel like I'm raising my Pokemon wrong. I just want to go collect them.
No, we gotta do. See, that's gotta be. I
want to hang out with them.
That's gotta be the next squad stream. Is our playthroughs of Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Oh,
we gotta do that, dude. We gotta do it.
That'd be great.
Somebody let MDB and Bob know that we're squad streaming Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Yeah, and MDB is only allowed to use the worst.
Yeah. So let them know.
Love it.
Let them know. Also, July NPD that came out. You know, Fire Emblem Three Houses was number 2 selling game in the U.S., which is what, you know, behind
That's
Madden
insane.
20, because of course Madden 20. Parker says that also doesn't include digital for Fire Emblem. So who knows? Maybe Fire Emblem beat Madden. You never know. It was followed by Mario Maker 2, which is in 3rd, Suck It Bob, and Marvel Ultimate Alliance at 4th. This is the biggest opening for a Fire Emblem game per the NPD by 3 times. That's nuts. 3 times bigger than Fire Emblem Awakening. Or Echoes. Echoes was bigger than Awakening? That's weird. Oh, no, and is already the second best. Oh, no, okay. Wait, oh, no, so Lifetime. He's saying Lifetime, Fire Emblem Awakening is the best-selling Fire Emblem game right now. But this is, a couple weeks after it came out. So, yeah. Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Everybody's liking it, you know? I liked it. My headcanon is that this is the one that I like, so it's the one that's going to sell the best. Yeah. You know? Because that's what happened with Breath of the Wild.
Well, I also think that it's one of the, now that it's on a system that pretty much, that most everyone has now.
How dare you disrespect the 3DS like that? The 3DS so...
You've been disrespecting the 3DS much harder than I ever have.
These are facts. But, you know, what are also facts is the 3DS sold 75 million units. Daniel.
Oh, I'm sure. Okay, I'm sure. But, like...
So many people bought
Now
more
I
than
don't.
one.
I don't know
So
what
many
I'm
people
saying
bought
now.
more than one. I'm not. I don't believe it is like that's like 25 million people,
Yeah.
and like
And
a third of them bought 6. It's not even like each person bought 2. Just like a portion of them are just huge whales.
they're the ones that bought every special edition that came out.
Yup.
Yep.
So yeah, Fire Emblem sold to a lot of people. There it is. Maybe you should buy it if you like it, Dan. You should buy it.
Maybe I'll use my magic ability to get one free Switch game that I totally didn't already pay for.
Yeah, because nobody can get free Switch games for any other means. Because they didn't do anything that lets you get a game for cheaper. You know.
Yeah. No, it's not discontinued.
Some might say
whatever that could have been.
Some might say they're called vouchers or something like that, but they don't exist. So
no, totally, 100% don't exist. I can't pick up my Switch right now and just get the game. Nope,
it's impossible.
Impossible.
Nintendo, you know, they got all these revisions. We had the podcast, and it's like, hey, Nintendo's doing a revision of the Switch, and then we had another podcast, and it's like, hey, they're doing another one. If you bought one of the old versions of the Switch for a certain date, if you bought a Switch after July 17th, which is when they announced the revision, then you can get you an enhanced Switch by swapping it. I don't know if it's worldwide. I think it's just Nintendo of America, just like the Joy-Con drift situation.
Right.
Which
is dumb and it makes me mad.
Yeah, it sucked for you, you know? Well,
yeah.
not you, because you're in America, and you bought your Switch years before.
I bought it day one. Yep. Where's my special, hey, you stuck
I saw so many people like, what do we get? And it's like, you got to play Switch for 2 years before they did. That's what you got. You know? But that said, I am debating doing the whole GameStop thing where it's like you swap out your Switch and you pay them $75 and there you go. You got the new one. Kind of want to do that.
So, do you have to give them... What do you have to give them? Do you give them a set of Joy-Cons, the Switch...
The charger and the...
Charger and the dock.
Yeah.
And then $75, they hand you a brand new one.
Yep. And they do the transfer for you. Like you just are like, hey, transfer my stuff over. And they'll do it. So...
I'm actually really starting to think this might be...
I want to do that.
I think I'm going to do it because I have drift issues with a couple of my Joy-Cons that I haven't taken care of yet. Might as well just take care of that and get a better Switch.
Yeah, because
for the cost of a Joy-Con.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
and I was like in the camp of like I don't really need this, but like if I just got to pay $75 for it, why not?
It's $75. I know my kickstand on my Switch is real loose right now.
My kickstand works as well as kickstands can work on Switch, but like it could be better. My brother, he got a Switch recently. It was before this cut off, so rip him, like a week before. But his kickstand feels completely different from mine. Like you gotta really get under that to take it out. Mine just like you just tap it and it's like flings out, not outside of the thing like Bob's.
I just need to touch in the general area and it just pops out.
It just goes out. His is like you gotta pry that thing out, but eventually it'll loosen up, you know.
Yeah, this is gonna have to be a discussion with the wife.
Yeah, I might have to do that.
Yeah, we might have to have a conversation later about Switches.
Why?
Yeah, we'll talk.
Have it live on the podcast.
Hey, everyone, listen to me crazy on the podcast.
She doesn't. I told her that I wanted her to do the podcast with you a while ago, and that just never happened. So I'm calling her out. Double green Joy-Cons, they're happening.
I love them.
Bob's probably going to get them because Bob likes green. This just in.
Yeah, I love the color.
I don't like green. Green exists for me, you know?
It just exists.
Yeah, it's just like I said I didn't like it. That's not accurate. I'm indifferent towards green.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair to me.
so
I don't know. After I got the import of the
like the
darker
Mario
red
yeah,
Joy-Cons. Yeah, which I really, really like. We also got the yellow ones, which I thought I wasn't gonna like, but they also look really good.
That's how I felt. I feel like that's the case for just Joy-Con in general, because like, or not
Yeah.
necessarily like not liking them, but like them looking better than they look in the advertisements. Because like me and Bob both had that situation where it's like when they announced it and we were streaming it, and they did the like neon one, and we're like, that looks dumb. I'm getting the gray ones. And then we went to like the preview event or whatever in New York. And we're like, no, that looks dope. I kind of want that now. But like we already had the other one pre-ordered. So, right.
Yeah, I grabbed the gray ones first because I like that. I thought I was gonna like that look better, but then I saw the color on it. I'm like, ah, shit.
Rip, dude.
I mean, we still bought the other set of Joy-Cons.
Yeah, same. I did after the fact. But I traded mine in to GameStop because of Joy-Con drift. So I traded them in and I got the warranty. It was the whole thing. I also talked about this on the podcast. But yeah, that's happening.
Yeah.
I don't know why Parker put this on here, because like we could have talked about that during the Gamescom thing, I guess. But anyway, upcoming game details. Shantae? It's Shantae, right? Shantae 5 will be
Shantae.
titled Shantae and the 7 Sirens. A Hat in Time, releasing October 18th on Switch, includes new local split screen co-op. So you gonna do that, Dan?
I mean, I haven't even finished the DLC for Hat in Time. I'm terrible. I loved that game.
How dare you?
I loved it so much, and I have to figure out what's going on with when I run it on my computer. It's chugging for some reason, and I think it's because my computer's starting to get old because it's more than 2 years old. So now everything's gonna start slowing down. I feel it already. I can't render anything out fast enough anymore.
I hate it. I hate all of it. But yeah, I hit up Humble Bundle. I was like, yo, give me that. So we'll see how that works. Tetris 99 will have a Fire Emblem theme if you get over 100 points in the next tournament.
I haven't touched Tetris 99 since I played it twice.
Well, I played it a lot more than twice. It used to be like the game that I played to be like, I have 3 seconds. Let's play this, you know?
Yeah.
And then just put my Switch back in sleep mode. But now that just still Smash Brothers. I just play Smash Brothers all the time.
Yeah. I am very excited for Shantae 5.
I never played 1 through 4.
Well, I haven't played the first 2. I played Half Genie Hero. That was one of the indie games I first got on Switch because it was one of the few. Like, I got it shortly after I got the Switch.
I think I have the one. Maybe it's Half Genie Hero. I don't know which one it is, what it's called. I have it on Wii U though because of a Humble Bundle thing.
Oh, there you go.
But I like didn't really play it. Like I played a little bit of the first level, and I was like, all right, I know what this game is.
Yeah, I really like it. It reminds me a lot of my favorite game, Wonder Boy: The Dragon's Trap. So it's just kind of like
I never played.
It's a style I really enjoy.
I haven't played it either. You know.
Well, I can't get mad at you for that because whenever I say, "Oh yeah, my favorite game is Wonder Boy: Dragon's Trap,"
people are like, "What?"
A lot of people go, "They're like, what game?" I'm like,
"Isn't that a Sega thing? It's It's because you're a Sega kid or something."
It was because it was the game I loved on the Master System. It was easily the best game in my opinion on the Master System. And
not a whole lot of competition, if we're being honest, you know.
No, not a whole lot of competition, but it played really well. I would say it was kind of ahead of its time as a platformer adventure in some ways. And when they redid it, what was that, 2017, when they remade it with all hand-drawn animation, it's just so beautiful. It's just so good.
Yeah, it looks real good. I know because we made video, and I
talked about it that one time.
Mm-hmm. So I think you talked about it multiple times on my channel.
Probably. It was right around the time that you and I started doing stuff together. So yeah, I probably talked about it a lot.
Yup. Speaking of that, we gotta do more stuff. We only do Minecraft streams now. And
Yeah, I know.
That's a
we
cry.
talked a little bit about before the podcast. It's just like my new responsibilities at Game Theory are significantly more than it used to be. So it's harder for me to do stuff.
Yep.
But
And this is where we
if you ever need me,
this is where we
just let me
would
know.
talk about Dan's video, but Dan doesn't have a video.
I posted a video a while ago.
Yeah, but like that was how many weeks ago?
Hey, look,
This
man,
is the
this is
internet
as
and
close
the-
to relevant from
You know
me as
what?
you're gonna get.
You know what? This is the internet, and if it's more than a week old, it's ancient.
Oh, God,
The
why?
oldest video ever if it's more than a week old, you know? And that's the situation that you're in, but I made a video that's brand
Yeah.
new, you know?
Yeah,
And it's about
newer,
Astral Chain.
sexier. Everyone loves it more.
It's about Astral Chain, which is a game that's even newer than new because it ain't even out yet, you know?
Oh, snap.
That's the newest you'll ever get. Is not being out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I talked about Astral Chain because like it was like we saw it. We streamed that direct.
Yes.
And when they announced it, and we were like, "Yo, that looks dope." And then the second I was like, "Yo, this looks dope. I'm gonna play it." I stopped paying attention to it, and I knew nothing about it. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I'm like, "Yo, that game comes out in like 2 weeks, and I know nothing." I guarantee there's going to be other people that also don't know anything about it because it's literally my job to know about these things, and I don't. So that must mean that you don't either. So I made some stuff. I made a video that broke down all of the information that we have currently, and people commented on it, you know?
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
I like to see that.
Stir Nebula. First of all, do you have any thoughts on Astral Chain?
I need to hit up Nintendo. I'm after because it was E3 when we got a lot more details on it, right? Yeah. After seeing the E3 presentation, I was in.
And they're like doing a lot of updates for this game. Like their promotional strategy is weird now, and weird by different. Because
Yeah.
like before it's like, oh, now we're not gonna like they're gonna have another direct because like we don't even know X Games date. Now they just tweet stuff like that.
Yeah, half of our information is just coming out. We've gotten more information about Pokemon through random tweets, I feel, than anything else.
And the same thing happened for like Mario Maker. Like a big reason why we're like, oh, they're gonna have like a April direct, I think it was. They're gonna have a direct because we don't even know when Mario Maker's coming out, and they just tweeted that, and we're like, all right, okay, I guess we're not having a direct then. But yeah, Stir Nebula says I have already pre-purchased, and this is a trend on this video. I have already pre-purchased this gem, but I'm here to say hello. Well, not that part. Not that I'm here to say hello, but everybody pre-purchases. And he said, and yeah, videos like this, because I asked, do people want me to make more videos that are like, hey, this game's coming out. Here's everything that you need to know about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, videos like this are really helpful for a lot of people who have interest in certain games, including me, since I try to find information about any game I'm interested in. However, Astral Chain got me hooked the moment the first trailer dropped, and I wanted to get my hands on it ASAP. Smiley face. You ever go down one of those rabbit holes, Dan, where you're just like, hey, this thing's announced, and I'm like, yo, you really want that? And you like devour all the information.
Yeah, you hop on YouTube, you look up one video, next thing you know, you're on in another video, and next your credit card's being maxed out because you get 6 copies. It's, the normal.
Yeah, yep, that happened to me before. I did exactly that. I feel like a lot of like Nintendo Switch channels owed their success to that phenomenon, because like people are like, oh, the Switch exists and it's not out yet, but I want it so bad, so I'm just gonna watch every video ever on this one very specific topic. I don't care if you're talking
the
about
same information
exactly.
just in different ways.
Like people watching 4 different YouTube channels to talk about a rumor for a Switch case, like that type of crap.
Yeah.
How many people found our channel because of that? Let me know in the comments. Max, who's been on this podcast, he's at Loot Pots. Everybody go follow Loot Pots on all the things that they do. He left a comment. He's British, So he says,
why is that relevant?
I don't know. I'm just letting people know,
All right.
Sometimes people want to know. And he said,
Yeah.
okay, you know I share your hype for this game, and I cannot wait to finally play this. As a huge fan of both Bayonetta and Nier Automata, this just seems like it was made for me. Was it? I wonder if the puzzle and free roam elements to the game will make it feel more like Nier Automata than Bayonetta, which I would definitely welcome. Hopefully, once this game is released, we will hear about Bayo 3 being ready. That's messed up, dude. That's messed up. Anyway, hear about Bayonetta.
What?
It's messed up because you're like, yeah, this game, yeah, whatever. But like, what about your cuter sister? Bayo 3 being ready for 2020 launch. The three big Switch white whales of Shin Megami Tensei 5, Metroid Prime 4, and Bayo 3 all seem no closer than they did when they were all announced in 2017. Good video, deserves a long comment. Wait, I don't think Metroid was announced in 2017.
It was announced really early on, but because they scrapped everything and started over, so
Yeah,
it's gonna be a while.
yeah.
I think it was E3 2017 when they showed the logo.
Yeah, I didn't know it was set 2017. Wow, 2017 was crazy as far as like announcements and stuff. But yeah, like there's a lot of games that they just didn't we learn about Shin Megami Tensei before 2017? That was like in the first Switch presentation.
That was yeah.
Yeah, that was like we knew about like because I remember people being like Travis Strikes Again, like that's one of the games that they announced that like we just so many games.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's just too many, man.
But yeah, I've only played Bayo. I never played Nier Automata. I hear a lot of people like it, but like it's not on Switch, so I'm not gonna,
So put it on Switch.
Yeah, like
that's all we're trying to
you
say.
think I'm gonna play that game if it's not on Switch? No.
Man, his PlayStation 4 is on.
It's not even plugged in, dude. It's
and his Xbox is on Minecraft.
Yeah. That's true, man. That's true.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, there is a question about that later on. About the podcast stream. Benjamin Aquino says, I am picking up this title. I don't like that he said title. It's too proper. In fact, I have it pre-downloaded on my console. I have played and very much enjoyed Bayonetta 1 and 2, but I have not had the chance to try Nier Automata. Same!
Because it's not on the Switch.
True. So in regards to this being a marriage between the two, I am only familiar with one part of the marriage. This may add to my enjoyment as I will have more new experiences than someone familiar with both. This is true. The gameplay, story, and setting of Astral Chain hooked me from the get-go. Additional, Nintendo tweeted Mr. Tora's case file 03. They've been tweeting a bunch of like updates of like, hey, this game does this, which revealed a part of the game was influenced by his love for Pokemon. This, I mean, a huge Pokemon fan. So what? I think he meant I'm
I mean,
I'm a Pokemon fan. A huge Pokemon fan is like super glue cemented my decision and excitement for this game. I really do hope that the masses give it a chance. If it is of the quality of Bayonetta, I think it will be a huge success for Nintendo and Platinum. Lastly, petting the dog is amazing. You could pet the dog in this game, Dan.
That's good. That's important.
It is nice to know that the developer is aware of how much of a thing this is now. I can't count how many tweets indicating which games you can or can't pet the dog. There's literally a Twitter account.
Yeah, that it all started from the Twitter account. Can you pet the dog?
Dedicated to whether or not you can pet the dog.
He's doing very important work. He or she is doing very important.
Yeah, how dare you assume that it's?
I know.
How dare you? But yeah, you can pet the dog, and you know what? That was enough for me. I saw that tweet. Literally, I saw that tweet, and I was like, I'm making this video. Seriously,
that's what it's about.
I'm so serious, and it wasn't even like it wasn't necessarily because of the content of the tweet. It was just like, oh yeah, Astral Chain exists, and I know nothing about it.
Yeah, it's just a good reminder, right?
Yeah, but I was like, you can pet the dog. I'm double sold for this game. So yeah, I'm playing it, and it's coming out August 30th. If you didn't watch the video, so you can buy it with one of those pretend vouchers I hear people talking about.
It's magic. It's really just believing in Nintendo really, really hard, and it shows up.
I think that Nintendo sent you Fire Emblem, and you don't want me to feel bad about it, so that's why you keep saying you got this like make believe voucher of yours.
Man, I didn't get anything either, so you know. If anything, it's just me trying to pretend Nintendo still loves me.
Oh yeah, they didn't send you, man, dude.
They haven't sent me anything in a while. I think I just need to be more active and more. I just need to talk to them.
Yeah,
that's
you
all
gotta
it comes down to.
like what I do, because like I don't make a video about every Nintendo game I get sent, you know.
Yeah.
But like I always make sure I at least tweet about it, and like I'll do like a thread of like, hey, I'm playing this game and this is something I noticed, because that's content.
Yeah, it's as long as I get Link's Awakening, that's literally the only thing I care about at this particular moment.
Hey, we also got to do a video for that too, you know.
Ooh,
We gotta do.
I'm down. I like that.
We gotta do it. But now we're in Q&A where we answer questions from all of you, and the first question's from Grimhain, Dan's #1 fan.
Yeah.
He says, "Hi, Dan." Oh yeah, he was
Hi.
he was very upset in the comments of last week's video. Oh, I forgot to pull from comments from last week's video. I'll do that while we do this. You know what? You can read his question if you want, and I'll go to the video and pull comments.
Okay. All right. Cool. So I'll do Grim Haynes. Hi, Dan. Hope Midna's doing better. She is. That's a whole nother story. Just the short of it is Midna our cat was not doing well. She's doing much better now. Will one of you be checking out Daemon Ex Machina and maybe stream it? AJ?
Yes. I don't know if I'm going to stream it or not. I don't know. Possibly.
I might. I think I asked for it. I'll look into it, but I remember playing the demo and being very whelmed.
Same.
So we'll see. Other than Pokemon, which game that we know of that's coming out in autumn or winter are you guys most hyped for personally, and which professionally, if there's a difference between those games? So what are you professionally excited about?
I don't like the fact that he's always excluding Pokemon. I don't like it.
Because that's your answer.
I know, yeah, that's why he does it though, because he knows that that's my answer. But like, I don't know. Other than that, Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, I was gonna say Luigi's Mansion 3 is definitely the big one I'd like. Which are you least looking forward to covering? Not because it's bad per se, any reason you aren't looking forward to it. Whatever Scott Cawthon has cooking up now, that's what I'm not looking forward to. Forever. There's new teasers that showed up this week, and I hate my life.
What game do I not want to cover? But like, we'll probably see. That's the thing that is like hard for me to answer, because like there is no game that like I have to cover that I don't want to, because like if I don't like it, Parker probably does. You know,
this is the fundamental difference between your channel and my channel. Your channel, if you don't want to cover it, you just don't do it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
If there's something coming out that's terrible or starts with Freddy's,
just not.
I got it.
Yeah, just not. You know.
I wish I could just not.
But
that's not how the algorithm works.
You were like, hey, let's do if it comes to Switch, you have to do Five Nights at Freddy's.
If it comes to Switch, I'm forcing you.
Didn't it already get announced for Switch? I thought that was an announcement.
They're doing console versions, but like it's been kind of quiet since.
Okay, so good.
Yeah, you're off the hook for now. And then finally, when will Dan remake Doom 2 Minecraft? Man, I ain't got time to remake anything in Minecraft.
How dare you?
Do you? Do you have time?
I've never even played Doom 2. How am I going to make Doom 2 in Minecraft? I never even played Doom 2 and Doom 2.
All right, could you make the Kanto region in Minecraft?
No. Are you insane?
Yeah, there we go. Someone has to, right?
Somebody definitely did. Yeah. I'm sure that there's like at least 4 videos of that on YouTube. I guarantee
100% complete. PlanetMinecraft.com.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that shows you how informed I am on Minecraft. Also, like, it's funny because, like, there's like this huge juxtaposition of our Minecraft streams because like it's like a gradient of like MDB is like super in, and then it's like about it and stuff, and then Bob is like, I played this on mobile, and I'm like, I literally never touched this game in my life.
Yeah, we have a very diverse cast in our Minecraft streams.
Yeah, I feel like
speaking of,
Bob still dies more than me though, even though I got lost last time because I went on an adventure.
You died quite a few times in a short amount of time.
Yeah, but it was because of that one initial pilgrimage.
Yes, yeah. You got lost, and that's the worst thing in Minecraft.
Yeah, because come on, man. Like, I didn't know there was coordinates. If you would have told me that from the jump, I would have found myself easy, you know? But nobody told me until I already lost all my crap.
I'm pretty sure those numbers were up the entire
time. But I don't know what those numbers are for.
All right. That's fair. Speaking of which, Istrin 2. I don't know if I said that right. Isdrin. Can we get
LSD.
Minecraft streams? What?
I said like LSD. Continue.
Oh, got it. Can we get Minecraft streams to be a regular thing for you guys? Enjoying them a ton. Also, who is worse at Minecraft, AJ or Bob?
Bob. Look, man.
I mean, his bridge wasn't really that great.
Yeah, and most of his deaths are because of his bridge.
It's true. He was just trying to build a bridge that was over water.
Yes, and he was in the same vicinity as you guys. I literally went out on my own to hunt. You can't blame me for dying in that scenario. People do that IRL. You telling me you ain't never go out to hunt and get lost before?
I've never gone out to hunt or got lost at the same time. So
you're lying to me. You're lying.
Nah, man, I live in the woods. As soon as you live in the woods, it's just
you just know everything about the woods.
You just know. I go outside, I can come back with a buck and make you jerky.
All right. You know what? If what's the next PAX? You gotta come to PAX. If you come to PAX and you don't have jerky that you hunted for in the woods.
Wait, hey, I got a dehydrator for my wedding, so
all right,
I could make some jerky.
That doubles down that if you don't bring jerky to PAX, and I'm going to tell Bob, so he's going to remember.
Oh God, yeah. I better start working on a jerky recipe.
Yep, you better do it.
So I guess to answer your question, who's worse at Minecraft, AJ or Bob? It's still a toss-up, but in all fairness, dude. AJ seems to have the upper hand in this.
I literally only died last stream.
That's true. I died from falling off a roof. So,
and I think Bob was the first one to die. It was either you or Bob that was the first.
It was. Was it MDB?
I don't think it was MDB.
No.
It could have been MDB. I think that if it was MDB, that would have been a meme, you know?
Yeah, that would have been huge. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it was Bob first. He would have died first.
Bob 100% died first. But yeah, now we're on to YouTube community. Jordan the best. Since AJ... What?
I was going to say, we didn't answer the regular thing.
I mean, how are we supposed to answer that? I don't know how we answer that. We're only half of this equation. It depends on our schedules. That's when we do it. Like, hey,
that's it.
You free to do this? Sure. Okay, let's do it tomorrow, 9 p.m. So,
yeah,
possibly. I don't know. I mean, I'll say that they'll be regular at least once a month. That's what I'll commit
at
to
least
for
once
all
a month.
us.
You'll get one.
At least once a month. Preferably like what? Twice a month? I think
ideally we're doing twice a month. Yeah.
But I don't know, but like we're not going to do it every week, dude. That's probably
I'd love to, but I don't think it's realistic.
Yeah, it just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
Unless but again, that depends on if we're able to make that. If we just say, okay, because Bob usually has one stream where it's like, this is a game that is like the normal, like the Mario Maker of the world, and then the other stream is for whatever. If he just wants to turn that stream into whatever stream, or to Minecraft stream, then maybe.
If the Minecraft stream blows way the hell up, then logically it would make no sense for us to not.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
what
if
we're
it
trying to
blows
say
up,
is
if it blows
share.
up, then we're going to do it every week.
Yeah, so like, share, comment, and then share, and then subscribe.
Yeah, so basically what I'm saying is get us 5,000 concurrents every week, and then we're going to do it.
Done. And then done. Then you got the critical role of the Minecraft world. Boom.
Yeah. Jordan the Best says, since AJ really isn't an RPG gamer, but like Three Houses and Pokemon, what other RPG would AJ be willing to try? So this is a question for you, Dan.
I guess. If you only like Three Houses, honestly, we talked a little bit about it at the top. You might actually like Persona.
This is I said when we were talking about Persona, I was like, there's a comment that pertains to this.
Yeah.
And I knew that was the one that you're going to say, because I hear a lot of people saying that Fire Emblem Three Houses is basically Fire Emblem plus Persona. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Put it on Switch, dude.
Yeah.
That's to you. You put it on Switch.
Put it on. Okay.
Port it.
Fortunately, I have the port button, so all I need to do is plug in my PlayStation into the port machine, and then boom.
Yep. We all know I don't know how to plug my PlayStation into things, so you're gonna.
Yeah. So you can't plug it into your port system.
Nope. F-Zero Kid, aka Falcon, says, if you could add a second Pokemon trainer to Smash, what would be their 3 Pokemon? What would you use them more than the current Pokemon trainer?
See, when I first saw this comment, I saw PT, and I'm like, why are we putting the creepy playable trailer into Smash?
Yes, I would add that to Smash. Would I play it more than the current one? I don't know, because then I had to learn 3 new characters.
Yeah, well, I mean, okay, so say this was going to happen. Chances are the new Pokemon trainer would be the new one, right?
Yes.
So it'd promote the Sword and
Yes,
Shield.
which would be dope. I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
But swap.
So you would
I want them
have-
to swap out the types. I don't want them to do like I don't want it to be Stobble and then Grookey's second of all form and then Score Bunny's third of all form. I want them to do like Score Bunny's second of all form and Stobble's third of all form and Grookey's first. That'd be dope.
Yeah. You don't want, they got to shake it up in some way. You can't have the water or first water, second grass, third fire again.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen any of their evolved forms.
We still don't even know
for
what
the
they
start.
look like. So
I
I couldn't even say like whether or not that would be a move set. Just by looking at them would already be a hard thing to do. If we were like, all right, second gen is the Pokemon trainer, what would his moveset be? I don't know. The added layer of the fact that we don't even know what they look like says that I definitely don't know if I would play them more than I play regular PT. Probably not.
Exactly.
Because it's already a lot of work learning 3 characters in one.
I was gonna say you've invested a hefty amount of time into that one.
Yeah, and it's like this double-edged sword of like Pokemon Trainer is the perfect character for me for more than one reasons, because like in Smash 4 I didn't have a main, and any other Smash Brothers game I've never had a main in Smash Brothers. It's always been like, I don't feel like using that character anymore. I'm gonna use this one. So that's a character
same
that I can literally do that in game and be like, I don't feel like using this anymore. I'm using the next one. On top of the fact that it's Pokemon. And then it's like the Pokemon character that is the most representative of what Pokemon is. So it's like,
Yeah,
Sakurai did me a solid.
it's the essence of it.
It's me, the character. That's like, would be the easy answer. That's why nobody ever asked that question. If you were a Smash Brothers character, which one would you? Because they all know. Everyone knows. It would be Pokemon Trainer.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's tailor this question to you a little bit more. What character would be like the character, and not just like, oh, I like this game, but like how they control. What character do you think they could add to Smash that would be like your Pokemon trainer? That's like, this is the character.
Oh, so like if I'm taking like a Pokemon generation to throw
No,
in,
not necessarily
or...
Pokemon, but just like, you know how I said Pokemon Trainer is like the perfect Smash Brothers character for those reasons.
For you.
Like what character, and it could be a character that already exists but needs tweaking in some way. What character would be that for you? Like they
Well,
play
I mean-
perfectly. They're the character that you like the most from whatever IP.
I mean, it's hard to on the spot. That's kind of a hard one to come up with, but I can tell you that Breath of the Wild Link comes really close. I'm very much work off of utility.
Yeah, you're really
when
good with those bombs, so that makes sense.
Yeah, bomb placement's important. I like a variety in a move set. That's why Fire Emblem characters have always been really hard for me, because it's swords, and you have to be in melee range all the time, and that's always been difficult. I always like to have a character that has range, but then when it's time to get into the scuffle is good.
Right.
And Link's always been very good to me as far as versatility in, like, you know, with the boomerang, bombs, everything. So really, yeah, it's Link, really.
I'm disappointed in Breath of the Wild Link because I wanted him to have the paraglider, especially since they took away the
Oh, that would have been nice.
freaking hook shot. They should have put the
Yeah,
paraglider in there.
in all fairness, though, his recovery, his up B feels stronger than it did in 4.
Yeah, but his recovery is still stupid. Like, once you get to the point that, like, because, like, if you're playing against, like, a player that puts a lot more, like, laser-focused training in the game than any of us do,
Yes.
then his recovery is garbage. Because, like,
It is
I can't
garbage, yes.
consistently punish his recovery because, like, always, my spacing's always off for punishing it. But if I was better with spacing that down there with Ivysaur, you would never get back to this stage, ever.
That's true. That's very true.
So it's like him having the hook shot allows you to mix up your recovery better because you don't always come to the stage in the same way. But now you just have two options. It's like either you come back high or you come back low with the up B.
Yeah, and I mean, I would like to say that I would prefer the Link from Smash 4, but he's like, ever since I felt going from 64 even to Melee, is that his sword just wasn't as strong ever again until Ultimate, and that's why I prefer Breath of the Wild Link.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like my basic attacks have more oomph behind them.
Makes sense.
So, yeah.
Mark Andrews has a long one.
Ooh.
He says, Level 5 used to pump out numerous 3DS titles a year, but their showing on the Switch is minimal. And their two main releases, Snack World and Yokai Watch 4, haven't been translated into English yet. Game Freak, another company whose core business has been on the handheld, have been criticized for the graphics and found it too difficult to get the whole national decks done. A lot has been said about this being the year of the portable, with Fire Emblem, Link's Awakening, Sword/Shield, and Animal Crossing pushed to early next year. And, of course, the Switch Lite. But I find second/third-party support from the 3DS days seems to be struggling on the Switch. Is it because they specialized for so long on handheld and lack the knowledge/experience to make $60 HD games? Your thoughts? Cheers. I think just generally for any dev, making full HD games is a lot harder than making portable ones. So it's not, I don't think it's the fact that, like, they don't have the knowledge or the know-how. I just think that their infrastructure was set up a certain way to, like, pump out a certain type of game, and then you completely shifted that to not even just going from, like, handheld to, like, a console experience that's still SD. Like, that would be a lot easier transition to make. But you're going from freaking 240p to 1080p. And, like, as far as, like, the transition and, like, on a pure technical level, that's what it is. But also, that's the jump in effort required.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a big degree. I don't want to say it's lack of experience. I don't feel like
I definitely don't think it's that.
It's that sentiment's close, but it's not quite right. It's just, it's a mindset difference.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like, say you grew up in a place that, like snows all the time and stuff like that, and then you move to a place that didn't snow. I mean, that doesn't snow anymore, and then all of a sudden it snows. you're not prepared because you bought your car in the place that doesn't snow and doesn't have the tires for it and stuff like that. You may know how to drive in snow because you grew up in a place that was, but your car isn't prepared, right? So a developer will know how to make an HD game, and they know the effort that needs to go into it, but their infrastructure and how their studio like culture works and like how their like time frames are and set up and all that stuff, that's not aligned to work on the games at the same pace that like a Assassin's Creed studio would, you know? Like you're not going to get a brand new like full quality Pokemon game out the gate from Game Freak when they're so used to coming out with Pokemon game every year, if that, on 3DS for so long.
It's like asking a YouTuber to immediately make a movie in the same time frame.
100%. That's exactly
that
what
they make a video. It's like, no, it's not possible.
Yeah.
And to that degree, it's like it's a lot of infrastructure thing. It's a lot of culture. It's the way you think. I think, graphically, it's definitely the biggest hurdle you have to suddenly try to jump over. Suddenly, like, you have this really tight limitation. Like, you only have so much space. You have to make sure that it looks good in this small resolution, and then suddenly you're like, oh, now you have this huge canvas, so make that tiny thing look great. And if anyone's tried to simply change the resolution of anything in Photoshop, it's not easy. It doesn't look good right away.
It's gonna look like garbage. Also, it's like a lot of people just assume that like, oh well, other studios can do it and blah blah. It's like, yeah, they've been working on the game for much longer.
Yeah.
And you don't know that because, again, the studio is set up in a way that you don't know that. Like, Call of Duty comes out every year. It doesn't take them a year to make Call of Duty.
No.
So, I think that's just what it is. I think that once the Game Freaks and Level 5s and stuff like that get used to having that same cadence and they, like, staff up and, like, you know, train for certain scenarios, we'll be back to that. I don't think it's something that they're incapable of doing. I think they just need to readjust to their current situation.
Yeah. They'll be all right. If that's what if you're really just worried that they're not going to be okay, I think they're going to be okay.
Anonymous Llama says, what do you think is going to be presented at the Indie World presentation? We covered that a little bit.
I mean, the only thing I would add is probably some extra Shantae information.
Yeah, maybe we know more about like the Hollow Knight DLC, or what? It's a new game now. The new
the
Hollow
new
Knight
game, Silksong.
I mean, and then we're just going to get a whole bunch of stuff that's like, wow, I never heard of this studio before, but that looks cool.
Yeah, never heard of that. Looks cool. Never heard of that. Meh. It's gonna be a lot of that.
Yup. And that's it from last week, or no, not last week. The YouTube community post. Next is Twitter. Ghost Parker, Rip Parker, he's gone.
Rip.
Hopefully nothing happens like the last time when I said Rip Parker and then his car freaking nearly exploded.
Right. Oh my God, that's right.
He says, what happened to basketball? Everyone was all about it in the 90s when Michael Jordan was around, but now it seems like the hype has way died down. Is it because of the violent video games?
What is this tweet?
I don't know, man. Has the hype died down? I don't know. I never really paid attention to the hype behind.
I mean, this is a question asked to the wrong people.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean,
people like
LeBron
fairness, James and what's the guy's name? I don't remember his name.
Kobe.
No, Kawhi. Starts with a K. It's like Kawhi or something like that. Him. People like him.
Yeah. I mean, in all fairness, I went to Gonzaga, which was one of those situations where if you didn't like basketball, well, you liked basketball when you got there. But now I don't go there, and so I'll watch March Madness, and that's about it.
I don't think I've ever watched a full basketball game, like ever. Like even I've been to basketball games and still haven't watched it, you know?
Then I whipped out my Switch.
Yeah, I'm just like, I mean, prior to Switch existing, I wish.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm not interested in this anymore. I'm going to, like, F off and do something else. Bianca Wicks Says, do you guys have any gaming related tattoos, or if not, what would you get? No, I don't have any type of tattoos.
No, I don't have any tattoos. I don't think I ever would, but in interest in answering.
Yeah, I'm going to answer the question. I'm just saying I don't have any
yeah.
tattoos at all.
Yeah. I think I would do Triforce if I were to do anything.
Video game tattoo. I think sleeves look cool, but I don't know what I like enough. Like, boy, but they're like, no, it'd be dope getting like a Gen 1 sleeve. That'd be dope. And then I got 2 arms, so I can get another Gen on another arm.
There you go.
All the Pokemon. Or I could get just all of them on both arms.
You just have all. Oh my God.
All of them. Every single one. Even the ones I don't like. Like Quagsire. Quagsire is stupid. And somebody tell Bob that Quagsire is stupid. Because he likes that one. Ro says, what animated series / book / game would you never like them to make live action, and which would you want? So, like how people were like, oh, you should have never made Lion King live action. It was perfect, like how it was.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not usually, like, because there's stuff that's like, I'll see, like, oh, they made Dragon Ball live action. That's not for me. And that's how I look at it, Where it's just like, okay, I don't want that. But I'm never going to be like, oh, you ruined it. Like, oh, should have never did this.
Yeah.
Because there's going to, like, I guarantee you there's a kid that freaking loves Dragon Ball Evolution. Loves it. Same thing for Lion King and all that stuff. And those kids are right. They like what they like. Mm-hmm. And we like what we like.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't think that there's any that I would be against, per se.
I'm against all of it.
How dare you?
Well, I mean, I'll say the reason I'm generally against all of it is that there's just exclude books. I feel books being made into live actions pretty. Those generally go well, or at least they have enough of a fan base that it does well. Games generally just don't make good movies because their story structure is not built for that, and how you experience a game is not built for the movies.
I think it's because game stories are mostly garbage.
You're not wrong.
And it's hard to make a good story out of a game story without fundamentally changing the game story and then making people angry. I also think that there are games that are conducive to changing the story to fit like a typical, like, well-made narrative structure and not make anybody mad. Like, I think Pokemon is an example of that, where it's like the world is so vast that you can just make up whatever story you want, and as long as Pokemon are involved and they're a central theme in some way or shape or form, you can do it. Like, that's why Detective Pikachu is being received so well, because
I was just gonna say that too.
Yeah, so it's like, and also like visually they nailed that, like that the whole thing. And there's like Pokemon that are like, oh, this Pokemon looks weird, but that's because Pokemon look weird. And if you had a purple monkey in real life, he would look weird. I'm sorry to tell you, I'm sorry about it.
Yeah, that's just how it's gonna go. Alyssa and I just finally watched Detective Pikachu a couple days ago, and I was surprised how much I actually really enjoyed that movie.
I love that
and
movie
it's
so
because they did such a great job working in all of the world building.
Yeah. And that's the biggest thing for me. It's like seeing, and that's why I think I'm not against this sort of thing, because like seeing the thing that I like in a different context, I'm down for. Like I'm not going to be like, no, I only like vanilla ice cream as ice cream. I don't want it in a milkshake. Don't do that. How dare you? Right. I'm like, cool, man. As long as the ice cream's still good, like change it however you want. Cake, pie.
Yeah, I guess my thing about it, I'll contextualize my answer just a little bit more, with the idea of the difference between a live action movie or live action series versus a live action remake.
Yeah,
I think remakes generally no, because the one thing I would really love to see is a Last of Us movie.
Yeah,
I think there's I mean, whether or not that follows specifically the exact plot line of Last of Us, probably not. But that world is so rich and there's so much to pick from there, is that, again, you could tell a really good story within that and still do subtle nods to the game without being heavy-handed.
Right. Yeah.
And so really, remakes, no. Live action within a world that has great world building, I'm okay with.
I'm still okay with remakes because I think that just removing like changing the medium that you use to make the movie or whatever. Like, there's a lot of times where people don't even know about the original version, and they're like, "Yo, I love this movie," and it's like, "Did you know it was a remake?" No, I did not know that. Like, I guarantee there's people that don't know anything about like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory versus Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and they just think, "Oh, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is just the one. That's the one that exists, and that's how it is." And I think that is just going to happen with a lot of different mediums, where Disney. Typically, because Disney's the one that will do stuff.
They're the ones doing it.
Yeah, they've been doing it for forever. Where they'll make something and then it's like, okay, this is the one, and then nobody even knew that it was a remake. Where it's like, you got that from that? What? Like Little Mermaid? Nobody knew about Little Mermaid before Little Mermaid got made into a movie.
Right. Have you heard of or do you watch Wisecrack at all?
Yeah, occasionally.
Yeah, they actually did a great video talking about this exact thing, and specifically about the Lion King. And they talk a little bit about its remaking it and what's the purpose in remaking it. So, for example, like you're saying, like remaking The Little Mermaid is like it presented it in a very different way and kind of told a different story.
Right.
Whereas you look at the Lion King animated, the 1990 original versus the 2019 one, and the differences really are only visual.
Yeah.
Like, it still follows pretty much the same beats. There's small, slight changes with some of the songs and some of the context. But, like, it's all still pretty much the same. And it's the difference between making a remake that's pretty much a carbon copy, except in a different medium, versus, like, remaking it in this new medium, but also like redeveloping it to a new way that speaks to a more modern audience.
Yeah, I think that I would disagree that the only thing that The Lion King did was visual. I think that a lot of it is also like musically it did a lot, and like just
there's
culturally,
a lot of music differences.
like the whole thing of like it's mostly like an African American cast on the parts that make sense for them to be African American. You know, like that whole thing.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
They changed stuff like that to make that different, and like what they're doing with like Little Mermaid, it's like Little Mermaid's music, the live action remake, its music is influenced by Jamaica, so like it would make sense if the characters were Jamaican, would it not?
True.
So it's like doing stuff like that, I think also is like a part of it. I think a lot of people get mad at that. I'm like indifferent. I'm not necessarily the type of person that'd be like, oh man, I see myself on the screen, so now I want to see the movie. But like, I'm for it. Like, that's fine. I'm cool with that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just,
and they could have just did it animated again if they wanted to, but I feel like that would have made people
really
even more mad if they reanimated it as a cartoon.
Yeah. I'm trying to sum up everything I said in one sentence, and it's just there's really no way to do it.
I get it. I understand why you're against it. I'm just
Yeah.
like, hey man, like I don't think any like that's like a statement or a question that or prompt, I guess, that I really am indifferent towards when people are like, well, what's the purpose of this? What's the purpose of any of it? Lion King didn't have to exist at all. Like it's all pointless. So like, why not make stuff just to make it? You know?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it comes down to context in why it's being remade or made into live action,
Right.
and you know, and it also comes down to if it's a good final product. If the people behind it are good at what they do, then it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
It all depends on who's at the helm.
Yep. 7, aka Bianca, leaves us another long one.
Oh my
And
god,
this
it's a
is-
novel.
This is from last week, and the thing that's funny is like most of this episode is probably going to be Q&A, and I mean that makes sense because it's a shorter one so far.
Yeah.
So yeah, we could do that.
Compared to what we normally do, we're usually at like the 2-hour mark when we get
Yeah,
to
like
this part.
already, and that's because like we usually have 2 videos, and there's usually like more news.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah.
So yeah, mostly Q&A makes
you,
sense.
you didn't want to talk about my video, so
I mean, your video doesn't even exist. Your video is ancient. You need to remake it at this point.
look, just because it's drawn on the caves of cavemen doesn't need to be discussed.
Here's what we need to do. You need to make an animated version of it since it's live action.
Oh.
You make an animated version.
Great, cool. It'll be out next year.
All right. Just as long as it's not old, you know.
Yeah.
And that, as we discussed, like that's as new as you could possibly get. Not even out yet. That's the newest video.
Not even out
now
yet?
it's the newest video. We should talk about it. Bianca says, "Hey guys, get ready for some engagement." I like when
I'm ready.
See, I like when people do that when they start to comment. I was like, "This is engagement." Like, I'm
When they
just
understand
get like
the meta-ness of it.
The only Activision game I'd like. This is again last week's comments responding to like a lot of stuff that we talked about. The only Activision game I'd like to see remastered is Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. I think that.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I said Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 or 2 or 3 or one of the first 3 ones.
Yeah, you get to classics.
Yeah, because like we did a whole thing of like, what does Activision even do? That's not Call of Duty. That like. Because they're talking about remaking their IP and stuff like that, and it's like you already remade all the ones that matter, for better or worse. Like you remade Crash Bandicoot. I wanted to say Trash Bandicoot, but I didn't.
I know you did. I felt
Yeah,
it.
like just how I said Crash, like ew.
Yeah, you stuttered, which meant you were gonna insult
Yeah.
it in some way and decided against it.
I think if they do a new Crash Bandicoot, they could stick to the formula and still get away with it, even though it's garbage. I added that. The Wrath of Cortex did anyway. It's not as well liked by most fans because it's new and it's garbage, and people know that it's garbage because it's new.
Oh my god, just move on.
But there are enough of us who like it that if Activision and Vicarious Visions did a similar thing, they'd still make a ton of money. By the way, you really shouldn't rely on me to know anything because I actually like your boy Crash Bandicoot. What did she say?
Cash Bandicoot.
Cash Bandicoot. Bandicoot. Anyway, this is a bit more for Parker because Parker's not here to rip because
he's dead.
AJ has to know this already. Ash's Pikachu is definitively. I was like, did she say definitely or definitively? Male now because of its tail. I'm not sure if Ash ever refers to Pikachu by a gender pronoun, though. I guess because we weren't always able to tell. There doesn't seem to be a clear indication of Misty's Togepi's gender either. The Pokemon in the anime that use Attract are almost always female by coincidence. So at least if they don't have any obvious gender differences, that's an easy way to tell. AJ, you already have a Hal. His name is Parker. You don't understand this because just like Parker, you haven't played the game that I sent to you that was hashtag product provided by Nintendo. Because
I played the first one.
yeah, but like you asked for the other one.
I know.
I sent it.
Well, yeah, and then life happened.
Yeah, but yeah, Hal's garbage, and I was like, something about Hal, and she said that I already have one. Everyone has a Hal, and if you think you don't have one, it's you. Last random thing: these last few episodes where you can't be on camera anymore have been just like this one, have been kind of funny to me since I always listen to the audio version, which you can do too if you're listening on YouTube. You go to anchor.fm/directly-to-u, I think, and listen on any of the services that exist, I think. Anyway, so when you're like, quote, we're sorry you can't see our faces anymore, unquote, I'm like, quote, what? And yet here I am on YouTube every week leaving a comment. Hashtag engagement.
Hashtag engage. Not on there, but
yeah.
glad it's there.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Everybody, you engage too. If you listen on Anchor or Spotify or Stitcher, you should leave a comment and say hello.
Can I come clean about something?
What?
I don't know if you were watching that specific stream or not, but Liz and I played Crash Team Racing.
Ew. Yes, I was. I was watching that stream.
Yeah, and I realized when I was fighting racing against one of the bosses, I started to see like the rose colored lenses start to shatter.
Mm-hmm.
And just in a moment, I was just like, this game might be trash.
Yup.
It was just like one of these weird moments where it's like, oh my God, I'm thinking like AJ. What the hell?
Yeah, man. You just gotta be honest with yourself sometimes, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I'm very much, and the whole discussion about the like remakes and stuff like that, I am very like in that regard detached from like nostalgia, you know? Where it's like I love Pokemon and I love Pokemon Yellow and I cherish all those memories and whatnot, but that game sucks. You know?
Yeah.
So
It's slow. It's super
you just
slow.
gotta be real sometimes, you know? You just gotta tell freaking 7-year-old you that you're stupid.
Yeah. Well, and I'm gearing up because once I hit 1,000 followers on
Twitch.
Twitch,
Twitch.tv/Dan Cybert channel.
Yeah, that one. Go and follow. Once I hit 1,000, I was gonna do the Crash Insane trilogy in one sitting, trying to 100% them all.
Dude.
And I know there's about hour 3 is when I'm gonna snap. It's gonna snap me right in half. It's gonna be the first game, and I'm gonna just go, this pile of physics is the worst, and I want it all to die.
You're just gonna sound like me. You're just gonna transform into me.
I'm just gonna channel my inner AJ and just talk about Trash Bandicoot.
Yep. Mm-hmm. What did Alyssa say? I want to hear this.
Alyssa laughed.
I thought she had some input.
She's looking forward to me snapping as well.
Did she?
I'm sure.
Has she seen the light or no?
She's no. I think she's still
okay.
comfortably
She's very
in
much
nostalgia.
so in the Okay. All right.
Forever, apparently.
They all come to the light eventually, Alyssa. They all do.
Real quick to the physics, so I didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. We'll just shatter my my rose tinted glasses. It'll be fine. They're not they're old prescription. They need to go.
Yeah. I mean, 100%. They were bad the second that you put them on, but.
Yeah.
People need to grow and learn things, you know. This is your character arc.
You do have you. Yeah, character arc. Yeah, I mean, eventually you do have to be able to look at what you used to enjoy as a kid critically if you want to grow, and you have to go like, yeah, maybe that's not good.
There comes a time where everybody has to go to Home Depot. You know what I mean? You gotta go to Home Depot and fix your sink. And that's when your childhood is dead. and then you're in Home Depot and you're like, oh man, this freaking knob looks better than this knob. That's when 100%. If you don't know that Crash Bandicoot is trash by the time you're comparing doorknobs, then something is wrong.
Man, you know you reach prime adulthood when your parents ask you, hey, what do you want for your birthday? And you stop and you think, you're like, oh, I don't really want anything. Well, I guess I need a new toaster.
Yeah.
When you're asking for like kitchen appliances, you've hit adulthood.
That's just like rip, dude. So basically, if you don't have a toaster and you don't know that Crash Bandicoot is garbage, then you're not
Buy a toaster.
You're not an adult yet.
Not an adult yet.
JBell017 says, to the person saying that Nintendo should make a more expensive online that adds more features and everything else, I believe that's a terrible thing for people to ask for. Nintendo should just improve what is already there before thinking about upping the price on a service many people are angry at. I think it's fine because it's so cheap, but if it costs more and sucked just a little less, I feel like that's not good and creates a bad example where Nintendo can just add features and up price.
Did you guys rant about Nintendo Online last week too?
No, I think somebody said something like asked a question or something like that or something. It wasn't a rant that time because I didn't have a discussion with Izzy,
Yeah.
That's the only time I rant. Or when we're talking about how crappy Crash Bandicoot is, or sinks, or doorknobs.
Or Jonah. Or toasters.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I disagree. I think that it's just that there's no way for them to like specifically pinpoint what your individual value is behind the service. And to them, it's very clear that the value is the amount of things that they offer and not necessarily how good, in quotes, one particular part of it is. Because like just how they do online is so it's inherently inconsistent, because like a lot of people are like, oh man, like Mario Maker's lag's almost as bad as Smash Brothers, and I'm like, what? Like it's and this is coming from somebody that's put hundreds and hundreds of hours in Smash Brothers. It is rare for me to have like a laggy, in quotes, match of like where it's like like a slideshow
unplayable
situation, there's always like baseline like input lag and stuff like that. But I feel like once you get really good at any fighting game, you're going to realize that with any fighting game online. And that's also because like all fighting games are like set up how Nintendo set up Smash Brothers, where it's peer-to-peer. There's no fighting game that's server-based. And everybody's like, good servers. But it's like, that would make it the only fighting game in existence that has servers.
Yeah.
Or dedicated servers.
And maybe this is just me kind of like after once I made my point on what I thought Nintendo Online was and it released, and I walked away from the situation. Are people still pissed about the service?
Apparently,
yeah. Like I feel like at this point in time, it's either you're in or you're out.
I think people just like being mad at Nintendo for stuff,
Well, I mean, people like being mad about anything.
Also true.
I mean, you like being mad about Crash Bandicoot.
To be fair, I don't like being mad about Crash Bandicoot. I tried not to acknowledge that Crash Bandicoot exists, but here we are, I live and let live, Daniel.
Yeah, and it's one of the things like, of course, we should always hold, as a consumer, we should be holding the companies that we buy product from up to a higher standard because that's how you get better stuff, right?
Right.
Like if you're just going to buy whatever bullcrap they're spewing out, then we're not really helping the situation or anything.
Again, we literally get hashtag free products from them. And I don't think there's been a hashtag free product that I've gotten from Nintendo that I didn't have like at least 2 minutes of that 10-minute video dedicated to like, I don't like this about this, and I wish that this was better for this reason, and I wish they did that. But our channel is literally like at least 70% of me being like, hey, the series that you do it better.
Yeah. So I don't know. We've talked about this so much at the top of the episode.
Yeah.
Where it's just when the time rolls around where people's times are up, where the people that don't like it and want it to be better need to hop off because that's how it's going to get better.
Yes.
And myself, who thinks it's fine, I don't mind paying like what the $5 a month. It's
it's not like it's not even that because it's $20 for the year.
No, it's the difference between me going to Starbucks twice or me making coffee at home.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine. And I occasionally jump on NES Online just because Mario 3 is one of my favorite Marios of all time and I love playing it.
Yep.
So it's like I have no complaints.
Same.
I do wish we could get, and this is more of a gamer society thing. I wish we could get past this idea of DRM being okay.
Yeah.
But we as a gaming society decided like, hey, we're okay paying for basically an extended rental service.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I think that the fact that it's called Switch Online, it's kind of weird to complain that they want you to be online to use it.
Right.
So it's like
that's ultimately the biggest and greatest point.
so like, and that's what I've been saying from the jump with that whole situation with Izzy, where it's like it's called Switch Online, dude. Of course they are going to expect you to use the internet. I'm surprised that they're not streaming the games.
Honestly, the most surprising fact about everything, I was surprised he was in an area that didn't have internet.
He's not though. He just likes complaining.
Because I'm like, even I, like, don't get me wrong. I know, I'm very aware there are places that have really bad internet or no internet at all. I acknowledge that. Right. There are plenty of dead spots up where I live. Right. But at the same time, most of the time, if, like, for example, live in an area that dumps 4 feet of snow and the power goes out, which means the internet goes out, but I can still turn my phone into a hotspot.
That's true. These are facts.
And then I'm on.
Also, I don't think I've ever been in a situation where I couldn't turn on the Switch on. I don't think that it always requires you to be online.
Well, in what he said in the video is there's a time limit. So if you haven't...
I think the time limit is like a week or something like that. I think this is the scenario that he's mad at theoretically. I don't think it's something that he actually ran into, because I remember us having this discussion before Switch Online came out. And he's like, what if I'm on a 2-week long retreat? And I'm like, why are you playing Switch Online on a 2-week?
If you're on a retreat, you're not bringing the Switch.
Like, I don't know. It's weird, man. It's weird. But I think that's it. I think we're done. So, like, if you enjoyed this episode, do all the YouTube stuff. Like it, comment, subscribe, and like, comment, and subscribe to Dan for when he comes out with another video in a month.
Whenever that happens, I'm working on it this weekend. That's the weekend goal. We're this is coming out Saturday, right?
Yes.
We are streaming Alyssa and I tomorrow to kind of help with Midna and all of her.
Is this on your channel or Alyssa's channel?
I don't know if we decided on Alyssa's channel or mine.
If it's Alyssa's channel, it's twitch.tv/AlyssaBeCrazy.
Pick one and
yeah. And if not, it's /That Cybert channel.
Yep.
Which you already followed by now.
Yes, of course you did.
Yeah.
And you also followed that Cybert guy on all the platforms that's what the name is.
God, I gotta change my branding.
Subscribe to us, youtube.com/fanatixfour, and directly to you, the one that you're on if you're listening to this, unless you're on the podcast service, in which case, I don't care if you even listen to it on YouTube. You should still subscribe to the YouTube channel because that helps us, you know? And if you're listening to it on podcast services, you should rate and review it because that helps us there too. Okay, goodbye.
All right, bye.